Are you ready to get your button pushed? You're tuned in to What's the Reason for This, the podcast where music meets madness, friends become family, and every conversation finds its own groove. Kick back, laugh loud, and let's find the reason together. The button has been pushed. Hello and welcome. What's going on, guys? Coming to you live from the Dungeon Central. That's right, we're here in Denver. Shay, what's going on, brother?
Fucking having a great weekend so far. What about you?
Well, it is Saturday of a 3-day Kitchen Dwellers run.
I'm so tired.
And it's third time's a charm because we finally have the mountain grass unit. What's going on, boys?
Yo, how's it going, guys?
Long time coming. I think I originally reached out to you guys like last summer, and we're like, yeah, let's get it done. And then some shit happened, and then we did it again, and then some other shit happened, and now we're here.
Yeah, absolutely, man.
I want to blame Luke, because Luke...
Yeah, you're pointing at me.
Yeah. I have
that was aggressive, bud.
Well, because like you guys had come and you had a few Colorado shows locked in, and those were cut short, right? And this is the first time that you guys have come back since you cut those shows short.
Oh, yeah, right. Yeah.
Yeah, so what are you hiding from us?
Well, what happened is I got a little issue with my tooth. No, I had my wisdom teeth come in, and it was really weird. Like, you don't think it's that, like, big of a deal until it actually happens. And then, like, I was trying to push through and do the shows because, obviously, like, Colorado's awesome. I want to be out here playing these shows. And these guys sat me down one morning because I was in – I was in so much pain. Like, tooth pain is the worst. And basically we had to cancel a couple shows. And, you know, at the end of the day, it was for the best because we had been on tour for, like, almost it feels like 4 months at that point.
Yeah, it was a long time. We were burning at both ends at that point, no doubt. But yeah, his like right cheek was like smiling. He's like, I'm good, man. Like I'm good to go on, right?
And
Dude,
like,
nah.
No, we can't be doing that.
It was like
He was
every
definitely infected, and he was just, I'm good. I'm taking ibuprofen, and we're like, dude, like you need to go to the doctor. Like the shows will happen again. We'll come back.
it was like Advil, you know, I'd take like a couple Advil and then 2 hours later a couple ibuprofen. I'd just be switching off that back and forth.
Just doing anything you can to make it through.
Dude, I'd have to set alarms in the middle of the night. It was so bad to take it because I was like, it was in so much pain.
And you still didn't want to go to a doctor?
Well, I went to a doctor. I went to a random doctor. Where was that?
Boise, I think.
In Boise, yeah. And they're like, dude, you got to get these things taken out. And I was like, oh, you know, I'll sleep on it tonight. Maybe it'll feel better in the morning. And it did not. And so.
Okay, so now for all you Colorado wooks, shut the fuck up. Okay? Because I know a lot of people are like, what happened? They just left and they canceled. And it's like all the whispers of the internet. You had been pushing yourself, and you guys have been doing it since you all graduated, right? Like you talked about having that opportunity and then going full-fledged into it, but you can't kill yourselves because then we don't get to see you, right? So how has it been trying to balance that new life balance of work, right? Going on tour, doing stuff, now that this is like, you guys are on this rocket ship. You're on this ride.
I mean, man, it's definitely when like a medical issue like that like comes to fruition, we're kind of like, oh shit, you know, this is getting serious. But I mean, when stuff is going relatively smooth, it's work, but it's like, you know, I'm glad we're not sitting in offices and separate cubicles, you know, like looking over at each other, smiling.
I got my degree in accounting, and I'm much happier doing this than that.
Sam, the number cruncher. Let's get shit done.
Yeah.
But so let's talk a little bit about this, because you guys all, well, a lot of you were childhood friends, right?
Yeah.
And so some of us know the story of like, we saw the Back to 2016 post, and there's little baby fucking Drury with a bow tie on, and he's running up. Don't you run up to Sam and call him fat?
I run up to Luke. Yeah.
Oh, it's Luke. Luke, you were a chubby baby? Buddy, what the fuck? I need to lose some weight. What's your secrets? But so, like, you guys have been friends for a very long time, and I know that a lot of it happened because of a music shop that you guys were taking lessons in, right? Is that how you met?
Kinda. Our me and Luke's moms met working. They worked together at some capacity, and they figured out that they moved into the same neighborhood, and we started hanging out, and so they sort of like started getting us together, and we both took instruments. I think Luke and his brother at the time they were, you know, learning instruments. Luke was learning banjo, his brother was playing mandolin, and I kind of just wanted to play mandolin because his brother was playing it, so we ended
So is
up,
that an older brother, I'm guessing?
Yeah, he's a year older than me. He's actually an accountant.
Yeah,
so.
accountant.
Oh,
Yeah.
enjoy that cubicle. But so then you guys are started playing. How do you connect with Sam?
I went to elementary school with Luke, and I guess Drew was a year younger. Let me get on this thing.
Me and Sam were in the same grade.
Yeah,
I'm
Drew
a
was a
year
year younger than us, but
We were in rival friend groups, actually.
yeah, we
in
didn't like
elementary
each other
school.
actually growing up. It
Isn't
wasn't.
that the best?
It wasn't like that we didn't like each other. It was like our friends didn't like each other. We were just kind of associated with like being enemies.
And then you hung out, and you're like,
And then we
wait,
had
you're kind
gym
of cool.
class. Once we got
yeah.
out of elementary school to middle school, we had gym class together.
And we started hanging out, and we're like, oh wait, like, you know, you're cool. Like that was just our friends' beef or whatever. But yeah, and then one of our buddies got a drum kit for Christmas, and he knew that I had like electric bass at my house that was just, I don't know why it was there, but he told me, you're gonna come play bass. Luke's gonna teach you how to play it. And so Luke taught me how to play electric bass.
What was it, like Purple Haze?
Purple
You think we
Haze.
played Purple Haze?
You know?
Yeah.
And then a little while later, we started a rock band in middle school. Jury was in it.
Yeah, because I ended up having gym class with you the year after that, and you kind of just
Yeah.
came up to me. You're like, "Yo, I'm Sam. I'm told I'm your bass player." But I didn't realize that the first
Were you playing
interaction-
drums at that time, Drury?
Yeah. I guess that was when we were still doing the rock band thing. Yeah, I was playing drums, and I still played mandolin, but I kind of like once I got to middle school, I tabled mandolin a little bit and was doing more drums just because that's what we were doing. And rock and roll. No, the first interaction I remember having with Sam is, and I didn't know this till later on, was when Sam, when we were at our elementary school. Can I tell this story?
I don't know. Yeah, I don't
Yeah,
know
yeah.
what you're about to say.
We can edit it
Yeah,
if
we can edit
can.
it out if not. But Sam was crossing a crosswalk and was hit by a car.
Yeah, I got hit by a car when I was in third grade. Like,
No wonder he doesn't remember the
I was
story.
gonna say that's like I would imagine if you get hit by a car that you're like, oh yeah, that story where I got hit by a car.
Yeah.
fuck BMWs.
It was. Well, I'll let you tell all the details here in a minute. But basically, the car was like bouncing on his leg, right? Like was just going back and forth on your leg.
They skidded to a stop, and I like turned and dove out of the way, and it came to a stop, the tire on top of my foot, and the person got out, you know, and I was like, it's on my foot, oh my gosh, and they had to get back in and reverse off my foot, and it like tore up my foot. But
Yeah.
the doctors, I didn't break a bone. The doctor said my bones just kind of bent because I was little, and they
Flexed.
were like flexible or whatever, which is pretty crazy.
You mean
then
we're
with
out
your
of towners,
lawsuit,
you know?
Did you buy your first stand-up bass?
No.
No, the people sent me a note, and that was about it there. They were like, I'm sorry we hit you with a car. They were from like Atlanta or something.
Yeah.
They
So
didn't know it was like a school zone, and we're flying through there, Atlanta style.
you were walking around with crutches everywhere, and you had the cast on, and I remember hearing about the story, and the first thing I said to you was, it was at carpool. I said, I'm sorry, man. You go, it's all right. And that was it. That's the only thing I remember about that. But
So then you guys are doing the rock band. How do you start transitioning into bluegrass, and then how do we find this lovely gentleman?
I guess kind of while we were doing the rock band thing, like, because me and Jury were playing at that same instrument store where we learned how to play banjo and mandolin and stuff.
yeah.
And so we were always kind of like, you know, I'd go over to his house and you know, play in his backyard or whatever, and we'd be cutting a couple fiddle tunes here and there.
Yeah, we'd break them out, you know.
Y'all were gigging a little bit,
And then we
though.
started gigging a little bit, just doing duo stuff.
But a lot of it was like dad rock, classic rock.
It was
stuff?
kind of like half and half. Like when we did the duo gig stuff, we'd do like one bluegrass set, take a break, and then do like more rocky stuff.
This is what our set was. It was Losing My Religion.
Yep.
It was
Sweet Child of
Mine.
Hotel,
REM.
Sweet Child of Mine, Hotel California, Clinch Mountain Backstep.
Yeah, Foggy Mountain Breakdown.
It was
Oh,
so,
shit.
dude, it was so random.
It was
That's
bars.
beautiful, though.
I love that.
Yeah, so
Love it.
So in your guys' town, was there like a music scene, or what were you? Because like nobody thinks like, oh, Alabama, that's the hotbed. Like this is where I need to go pick.
Yeah, there was kind of this weird conjunction to this festival in Alabama called the Acoustic Cafe with that music store that we were playing at, and a lot of the same musicians were going there and playing there, and we ended up there and we're playing a good bit, and that's where we first linked up with Alan Tolbert, my mandolin teacher and Luke's guitar teacher for a while. And Luke took lessons first and really liked it. And I figured out he kind of did mandolin lessons. So I was like, I might as well hop on this. And this was right around the time that we were doing the rock stuff with Sam. And Sam, you had a upright bass that a friend just happened to loan you, right?
Yeah, one of my parents' friends. Once our like rock band started to kind of like fall apart.
Drugs and sex. What was it?
Chicken band.
just
Chicken the band.
Yeah.
Yeah.
True story.
Actual true story.
But they were like, again,
Fucking murder whoever did that.
again, they were like, all right, you got to come play bass in this other band. I'm just getting told to play bass everywhere.
Just voluntold. Sam, go over here.
Yeah, and then yet again, I was like, oh well, I know somebody's got an upright bass, and the first day I ever touched an upright bass, we played our first gig like 2 or 3 days later. It's on YouTube. You can go look it up. It's Ann Black Band, TED Talk, Mountain Brook Junior High.
Insert clip here.
Yeah, you should go check that one out. It's pretty good. But yeah, and then I just started learning from YouTube from there and playing with these guys. And
How did you guys find Josiah?
I was about to say I was touring colleges and I was looking at ETSU, and the guys there are super nice. Dan, the guy who runs the thing, was hooking me up.
And they have a sick bluegrass department.
They do, yeah. It's incredible. And he was hooking me up with some jams, and he gave me Josiah's number. And I texted him, and my dad dropped me off at his house, and I just jammed with him, Trey Wellington, and Jacob Metz. And
damn.
Yeah, I got a
Those are
text.
some names.
Yeah.
I got a text that afternoon. Well, I was living with Trey at the time, but I got a text from Dan. He's like, hey, would you be open to hosting a jam for a prospective student? And told me that Luke was in town, and I said, sure, bring it on over. And then your dad just dropped you off, and I'm sure he was sketched
my
out.
dad was like, you sure you should be going here?
I'm sure he was sketched out.
And had a great jam. Obviously, I ended up going to Berkeley, and then
Yeah, you're like, fuck ETSU. Come here, Berkeley.
Yeah.
Sorry.
wish
That's not
I-
what he said. That's what I said. Just to clarify.
I was always joking I should have done a summer abroad at ETSU and
Should have came over, man.
just mashed or something. But yeah, then we did a recording. Our EP. We had Josiah come play some fiddle on it, and he killed it, obviously. And then we had him on a couple.
That was
shows.
the 2022 one, right?
No, this is what year was that?
That was 2023, I guess.
Yeah. 2023 or 2024.
24, yeah.
It was 23 the first time I flew out to record.
Yeah.
And then
And
y'all
you
all
did
got the flu.
I think that was 24 too. You
No.
did the really
That was December 23.
Get cozy here real quick, bud.
There you go.
the
Just lean in.
let's see the one gig you had at Gray Eagle you played with us was
Yeah.
22.
That
And
was
then you did
22.
Cat's Cradle in 23.
23, yep.
And then we had the food poisoning recording, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and
Wait,
that was
whoa,
20.
you can't just slip that
don't
in there,
just fly
Sam.
past that. What?
Wait,
Uh,
so I was actually in Fort Collins. I flew home for Christmas, and it was right before this.
shit, this
They called me and like, hey, can you come out to Nashville and record? And so
forgot
I get
day
a
after
flight
Christmas,
from.
right?
I flew from Tri-Cities to Denver, and then flew from Denver to Nashville. And then when I get to Nashville, this was the day after Christmas. I get a call from them. Hey, like, man, we got food poisoning. This is not.
no, I had the
Drew.
flu.
It was the flu.
Yeah.
Drew woke up with the flu and we couldn't do it.
Yeah, we had this big like high school reunion thing at the brewery, and like everyone's coming back from their colleges, and just immediately caught the flu A or whatever, and called Josiah. I didn't even really know him, I was like, I'm sorry.
Like, sorry, bud.
Well,
Not
so-
happening. And you were already in Nashville.
I was in Nashville because I had like a super early flight. I get there, eat breakfast, and then I get another flight back to Denver that same day. So I basically just flew there, and then we finally got back a couple months later and ended up recording again.
Then
But
there
so,
was
so obviously you guys felt something and you knew something was going on. The two of you were up in Berkeley in Boston. You're at ETSU and you went to Alabama, right? Roll Tide, baby.
Roll Tide.
Don't tell your cousins. But you guys knew that you had something. So how are you all? You're all in school, right? Had you finished yet, Josiah?
I had just finished, and I guess I graduated in 2022.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So then you were just finishing school. You guys were wrapping up school, but you like feel this and you're like, okay, well, we want to do this. So how do you go about that? Like, I know that for us, we would see you guys in little pockets. Oh, here's some time off from school. They're going to go hit 7 shows. They're going to come do this in winter break or whatever it was. And then once school ended, it became full fledged. But like, how do you guys practice when you're far away? How are you writing songs? Like, that process has to be so difficult when you're all in different places.
Man, that first year was pretty hard because we were all in separate places, right? Because I went to college, Sam went to college. We're both in different places. Drury's
and
still
Drury
in high
was
school.
a year back. So
I'm
he
still
was
at home.
finishing school.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that first year, I got to Berkeley and I was like seeing all these people hustling around me, playing gigs and stuff, all these crazy musicians, and I was like, all right, I got to at least like book a summer tour or something, keep us busy. So I was sending emails like all day to random venues and random people, trying to get gigs. And, eventually we did this tiny little tour. I think it was like a week long or something.
Yeah, we did. It wasn't crazy small. We did like a week on, week off, and then we'd go and do like, but it was all like Southeast stuff, stuff we could get, because we didn't have a van or anything yet, so we're just traveling in like a car.
Well, and that's what people don't understand is like the come up, right? Like, first off, you have to like find each other that you like musically, personally, right? Because you're going to have to like hang out and do stuff together. Then you have to be creative. You have to be able to figure out what that flow looks like. Now, okay, you have music. That's only the first step. Now, getting your name out there and like finding shows and doing stuff. And I know because of the relationships that we've been able to build, a lot of people just have to trial by fire. They have no clue. They have no idea what they're doing. So what were some of the things that you guys did as you were coming up and calling those venues that you would teach some of these younger bands, like, hey, don't fuck this up like we did? Or something that was like a gem that you're like, Andy Frasco told me that he used to call venues using his middle name and his mom's maiden name. So it sounded like he had a booking manager.
Yeah.
Rather than
That's
him.
a very
That's
common.
incredible. I've never heard that.
No, that's a real thing. People will like make emails with fake booking agents just so they can text back and forth, but it's the same person doing it.
And it's also weird, like, talking money with someone and you're in the band, because you want to help them out, but you also want to help yourself out.
Yeah.
So that's why some people do that, like the fake agent thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't think we ever did that, though.
No, we just sent it.
Yeah.
So then are you guys sending them clips or like what are you doing when you're reaching out? Hey, we
had a
Aggressive
website.
Bluegrass band.
We had a website. I
Yeah.
made like a draft email. It had like videos of us playing. Basically, I'd punch in the venue name. I would like literally for every 10 I shot out, one would respond. And so it's just kind of about keeping up with that and being quick on the responses and stuff like that. I mean,
What were some of those early venues that really helped you out, that gave you a bump?
Man, some of the good ones were like we did Red Light Cafe in Atlanta.
Yep.
was Eddie's Attic one, or was that
No, that was
what was
later
the one
on.
in Asheville?
We
Where
did
Josiah
ISIS
was
Music
us?
Hall.
ISIS Music Hall?
Oh, yeah.
The Gray Eagle as well.
Gray
Yeah,
Eagle.
the Asheville has a great scene.
Down
Man, yeah,
there
So
on
does Atlanta.
30A, we did like Red Bar and Sneaky's Fish Camp.
Yep.
Obviously, everywhere in Birmingham, like Zydeco.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
So that was your foundation, right? You guys'
Yep.
bread and butter where you came and got there. So now you finally start getting going. Drury starts joining. It goes up to Boston. You're still at Alabama. You're still at ETSU. You start teaching, don't you?
This was before I joined the band.
At home. Yeah.
Yeah.
So we went back to school after a pretty good summer. We made decent cash. Like we were feeling pretty good about the whole thing. We all went to our respective schools, and right as that next year came along, I guess what would be my first year and these guys' second year, our agent Yitzy hit us up and was like, hey, been seeing a lot of videos of y'all. Coincidence, I graduated from Mountain Brook High School, the high school that we graduated from, and graduated from Berkeley
as well.
It's like I worked Berkeley, and take a look at my roster, because he worked for Wasserman.
Do you know who I am?
He was just, he just used all these buzzwords, and we laugh about it now because it's like he knew what he was doing. It's like, our company manages Bob Weir and Sturgill and like all these guys that were just like, ugh. And we met, so we had a gig over Thanksgiving that we had together that we did a couple times, opening for these guys, Winston Ramble, this Birmingham band. They always do like a hometown thing over Thanksgiving.
They're sick.
Like the Wednesday before Thanksgiving or something?
Yeah, something like that. Maybe the day after. I can't remember. But yeah, so this was
One
our
of those
second
drinking days.
Yeah, one of those drinking days. It's our second year doing it, and he comes up all spiffed up, and we meet him, and man, we decide later on to kind of go along with him, and I mean, just the gigs started getting so much better. And like it's
kind of
so
crazy.
that was that first step of like, oh shit, we're starting to get into a new gear because you're rolling down, right? You guys are getting there on your own.
Just for my reference, what year are we talking about here?
2023.
23. Yeah.
Okay.
And it's weird because like having an agent opens so many more doors because there are certain promoters out there for certain venues who literally you can't get in unless you have an agent connection, which is kind of crazy. It's like,
dude, the gatekeeping in the scene is real, right? And like there are some big dogs, right? And
Live Nation is the biggest.
Dude,
yeah.
for sure.
Yeah.
And if you can't get through that, people are like, well, how do I bust through? You're going to independent venues. You're trying to find small little spots. But then once you break through and now you see the connections, because now it's not just this city. It's, oh, what other major metropolitan areas are you going to? Here, let me connect with this guy. And now you're starting to book tour dates. Oh, we're going to run through the Southeast or whatever it is. It makes it so much easier. But how hard was it to like get that agent and then finally, because now you can stop doing the emailing, right? It's somebody else's
That frees
job.
up a lot of time to have an agent, doesn't it?
100%.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would say that like we got really lucky, and like I think it seems like that's how it normally happens, is you just kind of stumble upon them eventually. But it wasn't like we got the agent and oh my gosh, now we're getting all these great offers and we're making all this money. It was, especially for our system, it was kind of like in the summer we would hammer as many shows as we could and save up a bunch of money and not take any of it for ourselves, so that during the school year we would fly out to, opening for the Dwellers and stuff. And
I think that was the first time I saw you guys.
Yeah,
at the
every
Dwellers.
one of
Yeah.
those shows we lost a lot of money because we didn't care. It was about getting our name out there. And so
And
that would
thank
be
God.
something I would say to the younger guys, like, is don't be afraid to lose money, invest in yourself, and go out there and if you have an opportunity like that, figure out a way to get there and make it happen, even if you're going to lose a bunch of money. It doesn't matter.
For sure, because that exposure costs something, right?
And you're not in it for the money. It's about showing people what you can do and celebrating your music. And if you go out there and do that, then I'm sure that more people want to come back. And then maybe one day you'll start making some money.
Well, and we were early to catch you on because Colorado has an amazing bluegrass scene, right? So then we are super spoiled, and we get to catch some of you guys on the come up. And then sometimes it just goes so quickly, right? And so we were stoked. We had already seen you a few times. Then we saw you guys get signed up for renewal, which was awesome. I'm not going to tell the same story, but what I am going to do is plug Chris Pandolfi's podcast. Go listen to T-Rad. And you guys actually talk about the renewal experience, getting called up, Billy being gone, that oh shit moment of like, okay, but you guys blew it out of the water, right? And I can only
That
imagine
shit was so much fun.
the trajectory that came on, because everyone's like, that turmoil and tinfoil was nasty. But what happened is like, okay, now you keep going, and now you're starting to finish school. So then you guys like, you have the EP come out, right? And now you're starting to book tours around that. You guys graduate, and then you say, okay, now we can really do this. And this is the first full year that you guys are all free doing this, right?
Yeah.
First time.
It's wild, man.
It is wild. It's really crazy. I was just mentioning to Sam, like it's just really weird January being kind of just up in here, like not doing school or whatever.
We never play shows. Like it feels like we never had played like a stint of shows in the wintertime. So like we first got out on the road for this run, and it felt so weird, like unloading in the cold and stuff. Like we're so used to just like sweating. You know?
Yeah.
I'm not used to the cold. I've lived in Alabama my whole life, and now it's like,
The weather's perfect here this weekend for you.
yeah, I'm like, this is tough.
-3 last night.
I did not pack well.
No, and you're pulling a trailer and a van, like those icy highways. It's a whole different level, right?
Just Tokyo drifted. Good.
But that's what's cool is like now you guys get to spend more time together, right? And I know that you've been playing some new music on your live shows. How important was it to get on Nugs and get some of your live shows out. I know when we saw you at the beginning of your 4-day run that ended up only being 4 days, Drew's like, man, you guys better not show up to all our shows. You're going to hear the same songs over and over, which isn't true, but you guys are adding more and more. So, like, how is that going, being able to spend more time together, be more creative? I'm sure that we have another album incoming.
Very
right?
close, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're recording next month, but to answer your first question, it's a lot more helpful. We don't have to... We're not spending our rehearsal times like we were in school remembering the songs and the arrangements, you know what I mean? Because, like, it's tough when you're, like, you've been gone, you know, and we have to be all together in order to do it. And now we can, you know, work on new songs and stuff like that. And so we've got a couple of those this time. And, yeah, it's exciting. Another thing that's really helped, this is a complete, like, 180, but...
Squirrel, we're good.
Is we didn't, when we first started our first summer tour in school in 2023, we didn't have any management. You know, we just had bookings. So it was like we had all these gigs, but then how to get to them and what we need and what to prepare was completely...
Well, and communicating with them, making sure that they knew what your guys' setup was, all that stuff. That's all on you guys, right? Because
that was all on us. We didn't have a tour manager at the time either. So
shout out to Reggie.
Shout out Reggie. He's right there.
I see him. Yep.
He's probably answering an email right now.
Trying to sell his shirt.
He's firing emails off, dude.
The man behind the curtain. But it makes a huge difference, right? And you don't realize until you're out there, like, doing it, how much work really goes into it. It's not just playing music, right? Like, it's a full-blown business.
Totally. And the exclusivity thing that Luke was talking about with the venues also applies to the management aspects. There's a lot of connections and a lot of things you just can't do without those connections. Fortunately for us, like, our manager Don and his assistant Lindsay, they both have a lot of experience and know a lot of people. And, you know, something like Don saying, oh, y'all want vinyls made, this is the guy that I've been doing vinyls with for 30 years. Here's his price. I know what he does. I know he does good work. Like, that stuff we would have had to probably figure out on our own and probably fail a couple times in order to get and lose money. You know what I mean? And so, like, being on the uptick of being able to tour around and do all this stuff and also, like, make it worth our while and make it a career really starts at kind of the management aspect of things, you know.
But it's also the merch. Let's talk about
that.
Yeah, because like the band, you guys make a lot off of merch, and people don't realize how much that goes. I mean, Reggie will sell you the shirt off his back if you ask him, or
not in this weather
for the right price. For the right price. Or you can just show up at the venues, go meet Reggie, meet the guys, buy the merch. But like for you guys, how was that evolution for you? Because now we're getting posters, we're getting everything, right? But when you start it, you have to start slow. So like, was there designs that you're like, oh man, that was just like the worst thing ever?
Yeah,
our first batch of shirts we did. I remember we gotten like, man, what year was that? That had to be, was that 2021?
21, yeah.
We had saved up money, and we were like, all right, we're going to make shirts. We made about 100 of these shirts that were, there's probably some out there. They were this ugly, like, khaki tan color, and they had our original logo.
Oh, that was 2019. That was way back when we did those tan.
I remember Drew had just got his license because he drove us to go.
Yeah,
yeah.
That's
right.
Cody, do you feel ancient right now?
Shut the fuck up.
But our original Luke's dad's an architect, and he drew our original logo. So we had this printed just like giant on the front of this like khaki tan ugly ass shirt, and it was like a huge investment for us because we were like, oh, we're gonna spend a couple $100.
Sam. Jesus Christ, I could put a different shirt on.
Just
Sam
like ugly ass yellow hat. No, I'm just kidding. But
guess what? You may hate those shirts now, but I guarantee you there are people that have them, and at some point that will become a very integral part of the lore of MGU, right?
I mean, we see people around, and it is cool to see them. Like, usually it's in Birmingham or whatever, you know, because there's only like 30 made. But we're like, oh yeah, cool. They got a tan shirt. Usually it's like our parents' friends or whatever, you know.
Doesn't matter. Street cred, MGU street cred,
yeah,
1,000%.
Man,
what has been some of your guys' favorite merch that you've made recently?
I like the new slap koozies that we have. Those things are
okay. I'll tell the story behind that.
Sam should be the one that tells the story.
I went. What was I doing? I was somewhere, and some sort of like festival or something, not music related. I was there just on my so I was working the opening of a hotel, just like setting out chairs and stuff because I needed some extra money. And they had a Jack Daniels tent, and that's where I first saw the slap koozies, and I was like, "That's sick." Like, look at that thing. He was like slapping on stuff. Like we need
wrist,
these.
like the wrist slaps, but for
a koozie.
I've never seen that.
Yeah, no.
before.
Well, so I know what I'm
yeah.
buying at the merch table today.
So
Yeah.
shout out Hilton for getting us on the slap koozies.
That's what's up. But it comes with like this evolution, right? And so you guys started as this rock band. You picked up Josiah. You start doing these things. You make this EP. What I love about you guys is it seems like you come foundationally from traditional bluegrass, but you also play with so much passion and speed and then your covers, like being a Panic fan, like I love when you're pulling some of these Southern classics, like, and showing your character. So for you guys, how do you evolve and how are you picking the stuff that you're covering? How are you playing? And then what's influencing you as you guys are now starting to write more and more music?
I mean, we're always talking about songs we would like to do because what we hear with the song would be great in like a bluegrass context.
So like, what is that? Because I know Reggie and I have talked about reggae. And I'm like, buddy, all I want is more bluegrass reggae because like the chop just matches, right?
It's very similar. There's a lot of songs that like, if it's too heavy on the drum and bass groove, it's a little hard to replicate with the bluegrass just because, you know, you just don't have that like maybe, I guess, sustain that something like that would have. Mm-hmm. Also the volume. But there's a lot of songs that are just the right tempo where you can convert it to a bluegrass feel. But we're also just thinking about the fact that, you know, we keep the audience in mind, and we're like, hey, could you picture us playing this song for this particular crowd? An example would be like, you know, obviously when we're in Athens, like, hey, could you see us playing Chilly Water in Athens? And it's like, you know, no one really questions that. It's like, oh yeah, like that would totally work, and it did.
So jury, this is Colorado asking you for Jeff Austin, okay? This is just an official request.
Man, you know, we get a lot of Jeff Austin, and I would say a lot of Hartford too, and we're digging into that.
How much did somebody like John Hartford play into your guys' foundation?
Man, I feel like not that much, you know what I mean?
See, and that's why I'm going to be a curmudgeonly old man and be like, God damn it, right? Because like John Hartford was the reason that I got into bluegrass was I saw Jeff Austin play a John Hartford tune.
That's cool.
And all he said was, hey, we're going to play a couple Hartford tunes. And I left that show going, who the fuck is Hartford? Because the way that he played it and just the style and his voice, he made it his own.
Yeah.
But he was able to like really transcend something. And that's why, like, obviously seeing your guys' level of talents, it's fun to see songs where each of you get to like flourish and find your voice and do stuff. So it's interesting to hear like, how do you pick something? Now, obviously, Chilly Water in Athens, there's nothing better than that. How does it feel on stage when you're just watching all those guys go nuts?
For us, great. For the Nugs people, they were pissed.
Oh, for all.
Wait.
Yeah, we forgot.
Well, they're not. I should be more clear. It's not the Nugs people. The way Nugs works is
It's
like
tech. It's the tech.
It's tech. They have like certain They have.
Have you
certain
ever
people
been
for
yelled
certain
at for putting your drink on the stage? Raise your hand.
Yeah.
Yeah, it fucking happens. Now we're just throwing it because
Now they're
we're
just
fucking having a
throwing
good
water
time.
and beer, and like they were wrapping their cables. They were so
All
mad,
these
man.
cameras and stuff.
So they had no idea. They weren't ready for it.
Oh no,
Yeah,
they
we
just
forgot to tell
do
them.
do. Like, oh fuck.
That was completely our fault.
Yeah, it was our fault.
We definitely got to tell them next time. We have
Worth
our own
it.
set.
We'll pay your
Yeah,
fine.
and
the fans will pay your fine. We don't care.
Man, we've
Worth
been
it.
working with Fierce Productions. This guy Keith, for these past live streams that we did in Louisville and Lexington, and we were about to play Chilly Water, and like we had a moment we're like, oh wait, no, we should not get this guy's stuff all wet, you know. So hopefully we can give a warning to those people
cameramen
next
that
time.
are filming MGU, come prepared, please, because us as fans, we want to hear it. We want it. We want it.
Yeah. Yeah, you got to know your crowd there, I guess, because if you have, you know, grandma and grandpa in the crowd, maybe they don't want to hear chilly water, you know.
But so how is that? Because like bluegrass, there's a lot of traditionalists, right? And like coming from a traditional setting, it's like sit down, be respectful, watch the show. If anybody is sitting down at your show, it's because they can't stand up. Because you guys play with so much strength and power that it makes you want to move. So how hard is it coming from the South where there are a lot more traditional? Because like in Colorado, if you're telling us to sit down, we're telling you to go somewhere else, right?
Yeah.
But we also know that like that is the foundation. If you're playing in North Carolina or you're playing in some of these more traditional settings, do you guys end up changing your set list to match some of that?
I think we kind of mix it. Like, you know, you might have some older gentlemen that come up and like, I don't care for that progressive stuff, but I did like when you snuck that Jimmy Martin tune in there or whatever. And then it's kind of backwards for the jammier stuff because I feel like, thankfully, Billy is soft launching all these traditional bluegrass tunes while he's playing the jam stuff. So, you know, I feel like to maybe the more hippier crowd's advantage, they like both. Maybe, you know, and
well, it's two sides of the coin, but I think it's so funny when some of those like jam fans are like, "Oh my God, that new Billy Strings song is sick," and you're like, "No, that's not.
He didn't write that.
That's Blaze Foley."
Oh yeah,
right. But it's fun because it also expands some of these new fans that don't know, right? And now I just have to figure out how to get you guys into John Hartford because like it is literally some of my most favorite stuff. So what I am going to ask then, and I'm going to do it individually, and I'm going to do it by instrument. I want to know your Mount Rushmores for your instrument of who you guys were influenced by. And Sam, it's the hardest for you because I can't even name 4 fucking bassists.
Well, I mean, this is I'll have to say Royal Massat, man. When I got told to play upright bass, I honestly did not like bluegrass, and I just thought I was like, okay.
So wait, what did you like then?
Did they kidnap you? Are you okay?
Yeah, no, I
blink twice if you need help.
I didn't know anything about it. I liked to play like rock. I liked like southern rock. I liked reggae and all that. So I loved like bass lines like that, and it made it fun because we were doing a bunch of like covers of those songs and whatnot. But then the first time I saw Billy and stuff, and I started listening to them, I'd see Royal.
Where was your first show?
It was. Which one was the Huntsville one?
No, it was.
Was that Atlanta?
It must have been for you, the Huntsville one.
The Huntsville one at Mars.
I hope it's not that one where I accosted you in the bathroom. Do you remember that? New Year's Eve in New Orleans?
Yeah.
Yeah, my bad.
No. I remember it because I remember myself in that condition.
Yeah,
and I'm like, dude, I'm sorry.
I went to go to the bathroom, and I came around the corner, and you're just standing there, and we're all going to pee, and I'm just, and he's like, yeah, I know, I'm that guy. So I'm sorry about that.
No, I'm sorry, man. I had a few that night.
Same.
He's not sorry, and he doesn't have to be drunk to do it. I
Nope.
promise. I promise you. So wait, so going back, so it's Royal Massat for bluegrass, but like, was it like Flea? Was there some bass line? Because like, there's got to be something that you liked listening to hear. It doesn't have to be a bluegrass Mount Rushmore.
I mean, Aston Barrett, Family Man, like all that Bob Marley stuff you were really into at that point.
Yeah, and then I guess probably like Phil Lesh too, and like Grateful Dead, and I just kind of absorbed a lot of it.
Goddamn hippie.
Yeah, you don't know you're my tie-dye overalls. Don't got a yellow hat though.
I can change that. we can change that.
But yeah, I think I don't know, a lot of stuff. But yeah, that's probably there.
And I know all the rest of you have played a second instrument on stage. Do you play anything other than being told to play bass?
Sam plays a mean ukulele.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, why?
Okay, I can play like Somewhere Over the Rainbow and like
Maria,
Riptide or something. But
You play a good guitar and mandolin too.
yeah.
Okay,
play
so
like
now we
three
need to get him.
chords.
Because Josiah, you play the fiddle, right?
Yep.
But I've also seen you slay on the electric mandolin up at the Mish.
Golly, yeah.
Dude, that was so
Yeah.
nasty. When he came out, I was like, fuck yes. Like, how is this going to get better?
Well, before I was in Mountain Grass, I played mandolin, just regular acoustic mandolin in a band, and I've played guitar in bands before. But like for the Mount Rushmore fiddle, I think for me at the top is Michael Cleveland. Like I saw him at the first bluegrass festival I ever went to, and like changed the course of my life, you know.
Yeah.
Then there's like Johnny Gimbel for the Western Swing, Gabe Witcher, he used to play with Punch Brothers. I don't know who's fourth, man. Like
this is
Jason
where we're
Carter,
gonna-
maybe.
Okay, well, I'll take Jason Carter, friend of the pod. We love Jason, but God damn it, you should say John Hartford. I'm just going to send you guys Hartford covers all the time. But
Oh, well, Jeremy Garrett as well.
dude, well, and so we were talking about playing traditional bluegrass, and Rocky Grass is one of the festivals here that's more traditional, just like Telluride, which you guys absolutely crushed last year. But Jeremy Garrett and the Dusters came out, and they played, what was it? You Lift Me Up. You lift me up when you get high. Yeah.
Yes.
Dude.
Can't believe I knew that.
At Avicii, yes.
Yeah.
At a traditional bluegrass. And the fiddle on that song is nasty. Just so, and it's something that I completely didn't expect. But so I want to hear this answer because I am a sucker for the mandolin. Obviously, I love string instruments of all of them, but like I said, being obsessed with Jeff Austin, I'd love to hear. Was there somewhere that you like pulled your sound from, Drury, or who are some of the folks that you just?
Sam Bush primarily. Yeah, I studied a lot of him, and
So do you feel like your chop is similar to his?
yeah, I mean, I like really like his sense of rhythm.
Yeah.
Yeah. I just like his like just I don't want to say aggression, but just like really just powerful tone that he gets on that thing, and that's definitely my number one. And then some of those other greats, I really like Mike Marshall. But he's kind of a weird hybrid. It's like almost if David Grisman and Sam Bush had a kid, it'd probably be Mike Marshall.
Do you like the more jazzy stuff then?
You know, to be honest, man, not really. I mean, I really like Grisman, but I would say I like really in-sounding stuff,
Okay.
I would say. But, yeah, Sam Bush, Mike Marshall, David Grisman, and shoot, if I had to choose a last one, I'd honestly have to think about that. Those are kind of my...
To be determined.
maybe Matt Flinner, something like that.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I like
That's
Matt Flinner a lot. I like Jesse Cobb a lot.
That's what's
you
up.
know, I like Chris Thiele, although he's sometimes is like he's just way too much.
Bro, and also his like the way that he holds himself on stage when he plays.
It's wild. He's
It
just
is-
like he goes into another category in my mind, you know? Like you got
It's so electric.
Jesus and then his disciples.
Yes. It's so electric, right? But like, because I always think about when Billy played with him, and Jared Walker is like pretty.
Oh
stoked,
shit!
right?
I forgot Jared Walker. Yeah, that'd be my fourth for sure.
Okay, my baby bird. I will tell you this: when I met Jared Walker at Ball Arena, dude. So I'm gonna tell this story. I'm sorry, Jared. I met him at Ball Arena. They gave us all access for that run, and I got to meet him. And you guys have seen me at shows. I am very quiet, and I came up to Jared and I was like, buddy, I just want you to know that I call you my baby bird, and I just want them to set you free. And I was like, just set you free.
The look on his face, he's just like,
He's like,
cool, man.
He's like,
cool, man.
He's like, what the fuck
Yeah.
did you just? I was on a different planet, but I wanted him to know because like those first couple chops of like West Dakota Rose, I will literally burn the motherfucker to just like let him cook, right?
One of the greatest mandolin tunes ever written. That
Oh,
song
dude.
is
Yes.
crazy.
No, and
Very
it's
triumphant.
Very triumphant.
it most definitely is. But there's so much power in that. And now I have to come to you because you're a fucking ripper of your own. And so where were you inspired from?
Yes, tell us.
Tell me everything. All of it. Don't look at him. It'll make it creepy.
I've got a couple categories, actually, I was thinking while they were going. Probably my bluegrass ones. The two most inspired, Tony Rice and Billy Strings, obviously. Tony, he was like the first one I got into, kind of through like just his tone and his licks and stuff. And then I saw Billy in 2018.
Anything Manzanita and you got me, baby.
Exactly.
Like,
Yeah.
let's go.
Anything Manzanita. Those are my acoustic go-tos. I'd say like guys that aren't as well known that I've jammed with. I'd say Nick Weizenfeld, great, so good guitar.
Who's he play with?
I don't know if he plays.
He's doing his own thing, and he's
He
playing
plays
with the Cleverleys.
right now.
Yeah.
And then Devin Jones, who we lived with in Boston. He's like incredible acoustic guitar player. Plays with K Mill Road.
Oh, dude, yes. I met those boys at Rocky Grass. That was my
Yeah.
favorite find last year because all of them are fucking insane.
Oh,
Yeah,
they're so good.
They're not as well known, and
Dude,
it's like,
but the
and they
problem is
rip.
they don't put music out. They have an old album that's not their sound now. I went and saw them live, and I had listened to everything before because they had given us media passes, so I wanted to like know my shit. I went and saw them. I go, boys, you need to put live
I think they're
recordings
putting
out.
stuff out.
Yeah.
They are now because I know Dakota is helping.
Yeah, yeah.
And that's where we were chatting to really figure it out because I walked away. I was like, these boys have it. Like they are all filthy players, just like you guys.
Yeah, Teddy actually went to school with us. We've known him since the early days, so he's
Yeah, because he's a producer. I don't know if they told him to play bass too, but but yeah.
Those are my acoustic guitar players. Now I'll give you the electric. I freaking love Stevie Ray Vaughan and Eddie Van Halen.
Hell yeah.
That's
Those
fucking
are like my
awesome.
two favorite electric guitar players, I'd say.
yeah.
And then like guys who aren't as well known, probably Jake Baines, if you've ever heard of him.
I don't
Search
know.
him
You
up,
got
dude.
me.
He's
Jake
freaking
Baines?
insane. Him,
Okay.
Eric Gales too. I don't know if
Yep,
you've ever
I
heard
know
of
Eric
him.
Gales. That dude
That guy's
rips.
ripping.
That
He's
dude
crazy.
absolutely.
Freaking ripping, man.
Kingfish is one of my favorite ones.
Kingfish.
Dude,
Kingfish is great.
that guy's a shredder too.
Yeah.
We opened for him one time.
Really?
Yeah,
Dude,
back.
that's awesome. In what, in the New Orleans?
No,
Yeah.
under the.
Birmingham.
If you've ever been to Birmingham, and there's the Vulcan statue. There's like
Yeah.
a little park. They had like a show right underneath
In the
the
park?
Yeah, like right underneath the statue, and it was. We opened for Kingfish. It was like right before he like blew up.
That's insane.
Yeah,
it
it
was
was pretty
fun.
wild. He's super nice,
Dude,
and he's incredible.
He is unbelievable. If you guys haven't, go check some of this stuff out. But so you guys are here for the Kitchen Dwellers run, but you're also going to be back in a couple weeks, aren't you? We're coming back
Yeah, we're gonna be
Winter Wondergrass, right?
Winter Wondergrass. Yeah, that's gonna be a wild week, man. We're spending all of February recording.
Okay. Where are you guys recording?
Recording at Sputnik Sound with Vance Powell.
Okay.
That's in Nashville.
Yeah.
So recording all of February, in tail end of February, going into March is Winter Wondergrass.
Yep.
And then straight from Winter Wondergrass, we're going to Australia and we're doing a week there.
No way.
Yeah, we're doing Sydney and Melbourne and a bunch of little festival things.
Dude, the Billy Afterwave. That is so sick.
Isn't it? We're stoked for that one. And then we're going right back to the studio in March, and then
To finish it off.
to finish it off, and hopefully we'll have something done by, I think our plan is like maybe August or September or something like that. But we just recently this year signed to Dual Tone Records. and
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Awesome.
It's a
Yeah.
big deal.
They're freaking awesome. They're super great people, and we're excited to work with them. And
Were
man,
they part of the live release too?
they oversee it, but I mean, no.
That was partnered with Relics.
Relics.
Okay,
yeah. But man, yeah, it's really exciting to see like our year maybe not just coming to a definite end because of school or something like that. Like it's just onward. You know what I mean? You're just as far as the calendar can go is what you're looking
And
at.
now you know why Billy during the hustle was playing 200 some plus shows a year, which is just insane.
That's psycho, but
Dude, it is. It is absolutely insane. But you guys have a lot of tour dates coming up. May not be 200, but you guys are hitting a bunch. I've seen you on a bunch of festivals.
yeah, I might just be pulling this out of the sky, but I think it's like 130 shows this year or something we're gonna be looking at. So it's not a small amount for sure.
I don't think it's announced yet, but we're gonna be back to Colorado a lot this year.
Yeah.
Thank God. boys.
Yeah.
Well, I won't be there. I promise you that. But so can we talk a little bit about that? Because I think that we're super spoiled. Obviously, different venues and different places have different crowds. What does the Colorado bluegrass scene feel like to you guys as a band that doesn't live here, that just kind of comes in and sees what's going on? Because, like, I just hung out with Corey Walker and East Nash Grass and Harry, and they're like, man, this is the first time we played, like, actual shows here, and this is fucking nuts. And I was like, buddy, you just need to keep coming back. But as a band, how does that feel? Like, sorry, you know, because you grew up here, right? So, like,
Right, yeah.
you come from Fort Collins. The first show I ever saw at the Mishawaka was in 2003. It was Head for the Hills.
Oh yeah.
Dude, like back, and they covered Michael Jackson. And it was the greatest thing I ever saw.
That was back when the Mish was a different animal, right?
Yes, it was. So we used to be able to camp on the island.
Yeah.
Then a girl got hit in the street. One of my close friends, Dan Mladnick, is actually the co-owner of the Mish. He used to. I won't tell his story, but he owned a different venue in town, and then he sold it, and I thought he was just the booking manager, and I came up there a couple years ago, and I was, oh yeah, here, come in. Then his wife's like, yeah, we bought into this place. I was like, Dan, you piece of shit, we've been coming here for 20 years, and you just slid in like, oh yeah, I'm quarter owner of the Mish now. Like, what the fuck? But that's why you guys saw me running around back there, because they just let me roam free, which they shouldn't. But that scene, that venue specifically, but like all over the place, right? Even seeing guys at Oscar Blues in Colorado Springs, you guys were packing these houses. So what does Colorado's bluegrass scene feel like for outsiders?
Dude, it's so energetic. Like, our first time playing in Colorado, Globe Hall, right?
Globe Hall, yeah.
Dude, we got out there, and people are just down to just freaking dance and have a good time.
We train for this shit.
Yeah.
Dude,
Yeah.
yeah, I mean, it's like every time we go do a Colorado show, we spend like a couple days, not the day before making the set list. We're like, all right, what can we do here, to get these people, riled up, get them dancing.
And if that doesn't get you fucking amped for tonight's show, you better figure something out. But I want to talk a little bit about the marketing aspect of things, because Shay and I are fucking idiots, and we do stupid videos, we have podcasts, we do all sorts of stuff. We loved when you guys started coming out with your video content. And dude, yes,
So
I know. We're like,
Cody
yes.
says he's like, oh, we need to do more shit like this. This shit is so great.
Dude, because that's what I grew up doing, was like stupid fucking videos. Like when I went to a festival in Minnesota, we made a video, and you can Google this. It's called the Trust Fall Mafia. And so what we did was, as a group of our friends, we all put in money together, and we were being idiots, shit-faced, walking around, and then we would slap a bladder of wine, yell trust fall, and then trust fall onto people. And if anybody would catch us, we would give them the money. And dude, I was trust falling on people in tents. Like
I want to say this, and I'll put this delicately. Were they being paid enough to catch you?
Fuck no.
No? Okay.
There's not enough money on this planet to catch my big ass. These are little wooks. They had no chance
So what
in
you
hell.
mean is you
Skin
were
and
just
bone.
crushing random
Yes,
people.
1,000%. 1,000%. But dude, the video, you have to go watch it. The one guy that did catch somebody literally brought him all the way to the ground. It was like 2 inches, and lifted him all the way. We lost our shit. We threw all the money in the air. It was the best thing. But so I've always done stupid videos like that. The reason we got this podcast was because of stupid videos that I did. Everybody thought, oh, that was promotion for your podcast. It's like, no, I folded that poster just to be a fucking idiot. I threw those chairs just to make a statement. And then all of it came because of that. But for you guys, like the Cops episode. Dude, that was
So fucking
so good. It was so good. So who's the creative genius behind some of this stuff? What's the process like, and how do we get more videos from MGU?
Dude, I think it's all of us. Like, we all grew up doing it. Like, funny enough, Billy was saying the same stuff when I was hanging out with him in Chattanooga. He's like, man, I love y'all's ad videos. And I was like, dude, we got some on there, like, that we made when we were really little that are just, like, we can't even put out there. Like, there's one I showed Billy of me and Sam in North Carolina. It's us on a golf cart squirrel hunting. We're like with slingshots, and he was just, dude, he was cackling.
Dude, that's what's
and
up.
so we all grew up with like the iMovie generation, right?
Yep.
Just like cutting videos in our
Vines,
backyards
baby.
And stuff. And
Oh, yeah.
Me and Jury finding Bigfoot videos. And
Oh, classic. Yeah.
Yeah, that's
I
a
mean,
good
that's
one.
what that video was I posted the other day. It was like us just in my driveway, just
The one
making
that I
this-
talked about with you with your bow tie.
Yeah, just
Send it-
stupid. We made a couple that day. It was like that one, and then there was one where like Luke was supposed to be like a street performer, and I was like gave him $20, and then like snatched it or whatever. Oh, that's not cool, man.
just stupid stuff.
Yeah.
Like, we eventually grew up to, we're like, that first summer tour, we're like, all right, let's just make some funny videos. Because we all have our own, like, accounts. Like, I make guitar videos. Like, I love posting videos, just, like, little snippets of stuff. And we like comedy stuff, so we started making, like, funny videos. And just really dumb ideas just from all of us.
But I love it because it
combined.
shows your guys' personality, right? You see some of the banter on stage. Obviously, you see the energy. But that's the part of social media that I love because it gets to show a little bit of like who you guys are. And I'm sure there's so many people that would love to like sit down and hang out with you. But it's that type of content that's like, I feel like I know you, right? Like I can now make stupid fucking jokes. Like, yeah, you're going to get this. Like, this is fun. And that's what's cool. But it's also so hard because you have to like keep the brand of the band, right? So then do you have like, I know that I have to answer to my wife. And so she'll be like, Kodi, what the fuck? I will tell you right now, and I'm so mad at this. I made a 12 Days of Wookmas video.
That video's incredible.
That was so fucking good. And I had it up for 20 seconds.
She shut that shit down so fast.
No way.
Fast.
Yeah.
All it said was Kodi ... And I was like, fuck.
I didn't give you a chance to see it. You had to send me the video
Will
file.
you send this to us?
Oh,
Can
I
we
will
see it?
definitely send it to you.
I would love to
1,000%.
see the
The
Dude,
thing, man, is you're trying not to offend anyone, but you're also trying to like
Be
put
true to
something out
yourself,
that's,
Yeah.
like,
right?
Yeah, exactly, and engaging and stuff like that. So
It wasn't that bad.
She said anything with drugs. I was like, I don't even do those drugs. She's like, they don't know that. And I was like, man, fuck them. But it was funny. But it's fun to like share that personality. But that's also the hard part. It's because like people see like an identity online and then they think, oh, that's who you are in real life, right?
Yeah, I think maybe we cut a little bit of heat with that, like that Krusty Wook video, you know, where we're doing the Christmas song.
Oh,
and,
I
like,
sent that to everyone I knew.
Dude,
that
it was so
the
good.
best
I
man,
loved it.
wouldn't y'all think that like most Krusty Wooks would probably think that's
Every
the
Krusty
funniest?
look I sent it to was like, yeah, that's sweet.
Okay.
I've got a song now.
As an old man, I'm going to put this out there. 20 years ago, when I was your age, being a Wook was a bad thing. Now people wear that shit with a badge of honor. They're
Yeah,
like,
we love
I'm
them.
a Wook.
Yeah.
And it's
Yeah.
like, cool, man, so am I. But it used to be because I passed out in the dirt path from drinking too much. Now it's just, I went out on a Saturday night, I'm wooking it up.
Yeah. Yeah, like, I mean, you know, it's
Did people message you about that? What was the?
yeah, I mean, we maybe, yeah.
Fuck 'em. Fuck 'em.
Yeah, all right. Yeah, don't worry about
Yeah, no, we're not doing that. Not stepping into that one. Okay, boys. So then, what do we have coming up? Because obviously, we're getting you back for Winter Wondergrass. You guys are going in for March. You have all these other things. You have to record it. Do you guys have a preliminary idea of when you'd like to release the new music?
Yeah, I think we have like a date set on like maybe the end of August or September, but stay tuned for that. That might
those
change.
Things always get,
you know.
Oh, for sure. Because
backfire.
recording is a whole different thing. But I love that you guys have been sprinkling new songs into your set list.
Yeah, we're trying. You know, we have a couple new ones that we wrote that we're playing, and the ones that we have done already, we're sticking to and we're playing for people. But there are a lot of songs that we've written and they're pretty comfortable to play, but we're, you know, tabling them just for the album.
For sure.
We're so eager to play them live, but we're holding back.
You got to save them,
We want
right?
to save them, and also like stuff changes when you get into the studio, you know. So like if someone's used to an arrangement that you already have played or something, you know,
Yeah.
and then they hear in the studio they're like, oh, this isn't as good as the live stuff, you know.
Yeah, and I
Stuff
think
that.
like with the EP, like some of those songs that I mean, a good bit of them that were on it, we had been playing for like over a year live at that point. So it was like, oh, cool, I can hear it again. But now we're like, okay, we want you to be like, here's new stuff you've never heard, and it's all, you know, studio magicified, and it sounds so good, rather than
it.
like.
I want more songs with my name in them.
Shay's
Yeah.
Rebellion, baby.
That's right.
That's right.
That was the first song I ever heard from you guys. My buddy was like, "You'll like this. It's got your name in it." I was like, "Oh no, these guys are actually really fucking good, dude."
Nice.
Well, we wrote that about you.
I
so.
knew. I had a feeling. I didn't want to, you know,
Yeah.
humble brag.
Fuck you, Shay.
The tax, tax rebellion that I led in the 1700s or whatever.
Yeah.
But that's dope. So, like, where are you guys pulling some of those stories? Like, where...
I mean, for that one, I was doing online high school, and we had to do a unit on Shay's Rebellion.
And you're like,
And-
fuck it, I'm writing a song.
Well, Luke had already made the progression, and we had an instrumental that we were doing, and
Oh, so you wrote the...
he wrote the music. Yeah.
Okay,
It was
before
like
you
a-
put... Is that normally how you guys are constructing your songs?
Sometimes it kind of depends.
For that particular time, because it was like going back to what we were talking about earlier, like we were all split up, you know.
Yeah.
But yeah, he like sent me a text or something that was like, hey, like check out, you know, see if maybe you can do some lyrics over it or something. And I sat down that day and
City man takes every single dollar.
yeah, yeah.
Sure, he was going through it that day.
Yeah.
That's incredible.
Sure, he woke up and hated the government that day.
I was sitting in my suburb house, just pissed off, doing my online school, tired of the Alabama government making me log on.
Yeah.
Get him.
I'm sure
Do
you
my
paid
15
a lot
minutes
of
of math.
taxes when you were a senior in high school.
Yeah. But you know, for everything else, we sort of just get together and we collaborate, and maybe there's a preliminary idea and we bend it around and.
All right, well, I'm going to put this on the podcast because I want everyone to know that I asked. I want to make a fucking video with you guys when you come back at some point. Obviously, the Dwellers had us do some stupid shit, but we're all about it. And
Those bird scooters are way more durable than you'd think, folks.
dude,
Yeah,
they came at me. They're like, we need another Glizzy Gobbler video. You have 3 days. I was like, yeah, cool. All right, we got it. but it's been a lot of fun, and it's super cool because what you were saying about the album, the videos and the album, it allows you guys to get in front of new fans, right? And
Yeah.
people that, because like I know people here that I like bluegrass and like, oh, you like bluegrass? And it's like, bitch, you don't even know.
Yeah.
Like, let me show you. But some people, I will send them live stuff. Other people, knowing that they're going to like something more produced, you send them the album. So there is that balance of like having to need it, having that like clean version. But it's super awesome to see you guys continue to kick ass. I'm so excited for tonight's show. We thank you for coming back to Colorado all the time because we will not miss an MGU show, and neither should you guys. So if they're playing 130 plus dates, get your ass out there. How do they follow you? Where do they go? How do they stay in touch?
The interweb.
Yeah.
That's the tubes, right?
Yeah, we're all over there. Just look us
Al
up.
Gore invented that bad boy.
tubes.
So what is it? Mountaingrassunit.com?
That's right.
Grassunit.com.
Instagram.
It's just
Mountain Grass
mountain
Unit.
underscore grass underscore unit. We're on Facebook, Mountain Grass Unit. We have a newsletter you can sign up for on our website. That will, give you some good stuff. It'll tell you what you're up to, give you some pre-sale links.
You guys
keep
also
updated.
teach. I know Luke
Yep.
does.
Yeah, Luke teaches a good bit. And so does Josiah doing the
You
professor
were,
thing.
weren't you?
Yeah, I did. I've been getting into coffee, so that's kind of what I'm doing right now.
Oh, yes, D-Lock. I can't believe I forgot about that.
I
Plug the beans,
was hoping
buddy.
you did.
Plug the beans. No, you have to.
D-Law Coffee, DLawCoffeeCompany.com.
No shit.
Yep.
You got a dark roast on there?
I can make one just for you, man.
Buddy.
No,
Yeah.
buddy, you need to go follow his Instagram. He does lots. He tells you about the beans, where they come from. So my stepdad has a coffee shop called Java Jacks.
Oh, nice.
I don't drink coffee.
The amount
Celsius?
of coffee I drink is horrifying. You've
Yeah,
seen it.
no, for sure. But
Yeah, yeah.
you
That's
already
me.
see I'm enough as it is. I don't need coffee. I promise you that. We're locked in.
Well, we'll make Cody's decaf or something like that.
We'll figure something out. Well, boys, thank you so much. You guys go follow them, and we'll catch you next week.